2 weeks and your mum invites me to your house in Long Beach. Hello. Welcome to the Chapel Rome podcast.
No.
What? That's the only reason I agreed to do this.
No. Okay.
Are we not talking about Chapel Rome for half an hour?
No.
Shit. Fuck, I don't know what to say then.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Can I swear?
You can say whatever you want.
Oh, fuck yeah, cunt.
Oh, dear God. Okay, we're rolling on sound, we're rolling on vision. Let's
buckle up.
Get
strap in and
started.
strap on.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Fledge Cast. Today we have a guest. Again, don't get too used to that. We're going to be talking about music. We're going to be talking about yoga, but this is not a yoga podcast. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, my name is Nathan.
Hi, I'm Imogen. What, was that not the right bit?
What's your name?
Oh, Imogen
There's no right or wrong bit.
Fallerstein.
Full name.
Well, actually, my full name is Imogen Elizabeth Fallerstein.
Cool. Now we can really get to know you.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Wheeled that information carefully.
Beautiful. I have some questions for you, Imogen.
Oh, thank God.
My first one is, why do you do yoga?
Oh, I haven't done any thought preparation for this at all.
Good.
Is that how you wanted it?
Yeah.
You wanted me scared and vulnerable.
No.
Like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
I'm stalling.
Why do you do yoga?
Makes me feel good.
All right. Thanks for
question.
coming on the show.
One and done, eh?
That was fantastic.
Let me elaborate.
Please.
So I guess when I don't do yoga, I feel bad.
Cool. I mean, not cool.
Like, I think especially in the early hours of the day, which is when I do yoga, I wake up and do it first thing after I do a little whittle. You know, brush my teeth, slap some water on my face, and then I roll out the mat and do some yoga. Usually within 20 minutes of waking up.
Okay, so the absence of it puts you in a bad place.
Well, I just don't know what else to do when I wake up. Like, it's such an ingrained habit now.
How long have you been doing it for?
Good question. I would say over 5 years.
Yeah.
But I reckon maybe longer than that now. Maybe even 6 or 7 years. Yeah.
I feel like you've been doing it since I met you, and that's like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite style of yoga that you do?
Well, I think what I do, I mean, I just do YouTube videos, you know?
Yeah.
So and then a lot of the routines that I have done for years on YouTube, I have ingrained themselves into my head, and then I just do them from memory.
So you don't need someone instructing you on the moves anymore?
Not always, but I like to have the instruction there. And then, do you know what though? When I go to a class, if I'm looking for a class, I really like, I think it's called yin yoga, or it's either hatha yoga or yin yoga. They're probably totally different things, but it's the one where you hold the poses for a really long time.
Okay.
Like, they usually start the class with like an extended child's pose, and you have, you know, sort of like have your legs wide open and like facing into the ground with your hips, and then it's like a normal child's pose with your arms stretched out. But I love starting the practice that way.
Nice and slow.
Yeah, and the thing about yin / hatha yoga,
Whichever one it
is, yeah, you hold the poses for long enough, which I think that in like a normal vinyasa yoga, you don't hold the poses for very long, and sometimes your body just craves that extra release. So I really like that kind of yoga, especially at certain times of the month. Girlies, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite pose?
Oh, I really like that pose. But
Which pose?
the extended child's pose.
Yeah.
But I'd really like, there's this other pose where you go to it from like a side plank. So you've got your arm up in the air and then your leg up in the air. And then you've sort of like, you're positioned like a star, but with your leg and arm holding you up and then one up in the air. And then you sort of transition back where you put your hand on you put your hand and your leg on the ground and you sort of push your belly up towards the sky. So it's like a bridge, but and you have your arms still up in the air. So it's sort of like a lopsided bridge, but you sort of look like you're a rock star and you're going like, yeah. That's how I think of it. I think one of the yoga videos I did, she's like, do the rock star pose, and like she calls it that, so I call it the rock star pose. Yeah, it feels really good on your back and your chest and your shoulders.
The routines that you've memorized, what style are they? Are they quicker or slower?
Vinyasa.
Yeah.
So I think that means
speed through
it's quite quick. It's sort of, you move from pose to pose and you don't hold it for more than maybe a few breaths.
Okay.
Yeah. But I always start a little bit earlier than the video starts if I'm following a video, so I can hold the extended child's pose for longer. Or like with those videos, because I know them so well, those routines that I memorize especially, I can hold the poses for as long as I want. So that's fun.
True. You can extend it out.
I
want to play a game.
Oh, I like games.
With this little setup we have, can you read my laptop right now?
Not really.
All right. Well, you have to try extra hard not to, because I'm about to go to some questions. You obviously know how this game works. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
You will have some time to answer them, but when you hear this sound effect, you have until the end of the sound effect to give me your answer.
Okay, it's quite long.
Yeah.
That's good.
You got some time. If you get it right.
Oh, I like that sound.
If you get it wrong.
Oh, no. It's correlated to like red for bad and green for good.
Yeah,
that's wow.
So I remember.
You are a tech genius, aren't you?
Try my best. We're going to play this game, but not before the intro.
It's Chapel.
YOGAQUIZ. That's all you get.
Oh, wow.
Yoga quiz.
Quiz. Okay. Oh my God, I love it. Did you take that from the Chaperone song?
Yeah.
Wow. Should we do a dance break?
Yeah, you want it? We can do it again. Ready?
Yeah.
YOGAQUIZ. That's all you get.
Yoga quiz.
Yoga quiz.
Wow, I love it.
You're welcome.
Fantastic.
All right. First question. How long is the longest held yoga pose?
Ever. Oh,
apart from like those who are in a coffin.
I would say like 48 to 72 hours probably. I'm going to say 50 hours. Oh, I'm wrong.
Apparently, it's 2 hours, 21 minutes and 30 seconds.
Shit, so I really overestimated.
72 hours.
Some of these yogis are crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean,
they could go into a meditative state and hold it for a long time.
Wow,
what if it's Savasana? You could just lie down.
Lay there. That's why I said apart from
enough,
laying
quite
down.
Frankly.
Yeah, so it was by Yash Shekhar from Delhi. Do you want to guess which pose he did?
Child's pose.
He did lotus. What's that?
Oh, so like with your...
It's Padmasana, but also known as lotus.
I thought that's where you're like sitting in with your
with your feet tucked in.
Yeah, with your legs out, but I'm probably completely wrong because you could hold that for more than 2 hours, I would think.
Yeah. A lot of these questions I just got from random blogs, some from Indian websites, some from American. I have no
lotus pose.
No references.
I want to know how impressed to be with that.
Yeah.
Right now I'm just a bit underwhelmed.
Yeah. You want to look it up?
I want to look it up.
All right, have a quick look at what lotus pose is. And at the same time, I'm going to ask you the second question. See if you can multitask. How many people practice yoga worldwide?
Oh, yeah, I was right. It's just the foldy one with you.
With your legs crossed.
Okay, I'm sorry, but 2 hours is piss weak. What's his
Yeah.
name?
Yash.
Yash. I would like to say it's not a yas, it's a nah. Thought that was going to work better. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, everyone. Please.
Second question. How many people practice yoga worldwide? A, 300 million. B, 700 million. C, 9 million.
300 million. Yeah.
300 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I have no way of
Verifying if that's true
this
or
for you.
false.
But from the random blog that I read, that's what they said.
I hope you're going to credit this blog.
No.
Oh.
How long has yoga been around for?
Oh, it's a long time.
Yeah. A, 2,000 years. B, 5,000 years. Or C, 7,000 years.
7,000. Is it 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's 5,000 years, apparently.
yeah.
Yeah.
My expectations for yoga are just much higher than,
Yeah.
Apparently it's what it is. That's the magic of yoga. Dream big.
Beautiful. Exactly. What are the top 5 most practiced yoga styles worldwide according to this random blog?
Vinyasa. Yin yoga.
It's not on there.
Is yang yoga one?
No.
Did I make that up? Oh.
I don't know what that is.
Hatha yoga.
You've got Vinyasa and Hatha. 3 more.
What? Savasana.
No. The other 3 that I found on this list was Ashtanga, Power Yoga,
Oh.
which is obviously like a
I feel like some modern
new wave.
interpretation. Yeah.
And Bikram.
Oh. Bikram's one of the most common.
Apparently. What is that?
I wonder how much that's actually. It's hot yoga, I think.
Yeah.
Bikram yoga. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like in a heated environment. And then
True.
you sweat a lot. But I would have thought that's like a westernized version of yoga, but maybe
Popularity.
it's originated. Yeah. I wonder if they practice that in India.
I could have done more research, but I just didn't want to.
You just wanted to read this one blog.
Yeah.
Well, life is short, so
Exactly. I have one more question. Who is most likely to practice yoga?
women.
Correct. 73% apparently.
Of all women ever.
No, 73% of people who practice yoga are women.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Because
But
girls be smart like that.
the crazy thing about that is that I found is that women weren't allowed to attend yoga classes until 1937.
Well, that's the thing. When you oppress someone, the pendulum swings the other way. And it comes in like a wrecking ball. And now we do yoga.
Thank you for playing.
You're welcome.
YOGAQUIZ. That's all you get. Yoga quiz.
Yoga quiz. Woohoo.
We're going to take a little break, but
Thank God, I'm exhausted.
before we go, this episode of the Fledge Cast was brought to you by Nagomi.
Yeah.
Nagomi is here with us. Have you got anything in the pipeline that you're working on at the moment?
I've been working on an EP for like a really long time. So hopefully that gets finished sometime soon. Should put some kind of time constraint on it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I've got a few songs that I've been wanting to release for a while.
What's already out there that we can point people towards?
I've got some songs floating around. Well, something that I'm really proud of that I made like a few years ago is probably my music video called Dessert. It's on YouTube. It's pretty sassy. It's pretty saucy. It's pretty fun. Other than that, just the usual suspects, Spotify, Bandcamp. What else am I on? I don't know.
All of them.
All of them.
All the things.
All the things. I need to put some more music out, basically.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Let's set some goals.
Let's set some goals.
We'll be right back after this
After
shot.
the goal setting.
Yeah.
I see the other side.
Okay. We're back.
We're back, baby.
Thank you for waiting. I know that was a long 3 to 5 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds if we
I
have
got
ads.
hungry during that.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry as well. Should we have another break?
Do we have another break immediately?
No. Let's just keep going. Let's just get this done. I want the nightmare to be over.
God, is it that bad?
No. Before I talk to you about some more yoga things, this is a music podcast, and we challenged each other to write a song every day for a while.
For 300 days.
Yeah.
Well, you did it for 300. I did it for 200.
2 and a bit.
Do you have a button that goes mwah, mwah, mwah,
Well,
mwah?
just that. That's kind of similar vibe.
Yeah.
I'm going to have another friggin' page of sound effects for you to play with next time, I think.
Cool.
That's if you want to come on the show again. I hope so.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's been pretty good so far.
When we wrote these 300 songs, some of them were good, some of them were bad. I looked back through and listened to a few to try and like build an album, because there's so many. I don't know if I've even released a single song from that period of time when we were writing all those songs.
Didn't you?
I don't know if I did. I don't think or maybe 1 or 2. But I've been going back through all these songs to try and find a world or a narrative or something to be able to string things together. And while I was looking for things, I stumbled across this, which occasionally we would collaborate on a song, and this is one of those.
Yeah.
I want to play it for you because I think it's the best thing we've ever made.
Okay, I'm ready.
And I need your help to figure out who is at the end, because there's someone that we obviously played it in front of.
I'll know.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Excuse me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unexpected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I walked out in the sun, did a little poopy from my bum. Genius. But stepped into it by mistake.
Fuck.
Didn't like the risk I take. La, 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 la,
It
la.
rhymes. It's a
La,
song.
la, 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 la. La, 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 la.
Who is that?
Where?
When I see you at my house, makes me do a vom in my mouth. I don't like it when you shout at me.
Fair.
La 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 la.
One banger. That is good.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Ooh,
La 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 la.
that's actually really good.
Right?
Everybody's staying now to have some dinner. Meow, meow, meow. I love it when you see me bow. I love it when you stay at my house.
What an invitation.
La 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 la.
It's really good.
La la la
I
la.
love it.
La 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 la.
Catchy.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yay! Beautiful. Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's Jaya.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought that too, but
Wasn't your best yet, they said.
I think one of your best yet is what this. Do you want to hear the end bit
Yes,
again?
please. Beautiful. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know who that
Oh.
is, but the voice is obviously so familiar. But I don't know who it is. Who it is? If you are this person, please get in contact.
One of your best. Kind of sounded like Emily for a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. Beautiful. Yeah, I think so.
I have no idea. I have theories, but nothing confirmed.
It must have been someone that was around a lot for us doing that, which makes me think it's either Jaya, Grace, Mallory.
Katie.
Oh,
Doesn't
maybe
sound
Katie.
like Katie though.
But maybe Shanae. Could be Shanae.
Maybe
Because we probably did it at Marion Avenue.
it's day 55, so probably. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I just thought that song was magnificent. And as soon as I found it, I wanted to send it to you straight away. But
Can we do a remake of that?
yes, absolutely.
And bring in a whole choir, maybe
Yeah.
a choir of cats
Yeah.
at some point.
Meow,
yeah.
meow.
Yeah. Just the way that is just totally unflinchingly sung. I
Yeah.
love it.
It was fantastic.
Love it when you come around. Come into my meow, meow, meow. That's not what the line
That's
is.
not the lyric at all. Oh God.
Who knew
All
that
right,
it
let's
could
get this back
so
on track.
saucy?
Is music a part of your yoga practice in any way?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I think I probably feel a bit more creative after doing yoga
Great answer.
because I feel like something's missing a bit from my day when I don't do yoga. Like, there are those days after a big night,
Yeah.
perhaps, when, you've given yourself morning off. But I feel like most of the time I don't want a morning off yoga. It's just part of my day. And, I feel like creating music is a very physical process. At least for me, I feel like I use my body a lot. Like when I'm singing, you sing from your body.
Yeah.
But, I feel like I feel my most creative when I'm like able to move and use my body to express myself. So I would say that yoga is an innate part of my music creation.
True.
For sure. It's like part of me tuning the instrument, that is me.
That's a fantastic answer. I when I wrote that question, I was like, my brain was in the simplest form of like, in the videos that you watch, do they have music on and do you find it annoying or not? But your answer was just completely curveball and amazing.
I was just thinking about how it affects me. Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I also think, because I used to sometimes I've been in like hectically multitasking phases of life.
Yeah.
And I used to like think that I had to put on like a world news podcast while I was doing my yoga, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
Don't try and do that. It's just, I was trying to think about, Afghanistan while I was doing yoga and like,
just to maximize your time.
yeah, to maximize the time and try and educate myself. But the thing is, like, you're splitting your attention.
Yeah.
You'd do better to focus on Afghanistan when you're doing nothing else, or maybe hanging out the washing. But, yoga is, like maybe some light meditation music or something like that. But I kind of prefer, ideally, if you're outside, just listening to the breeze and the trees and the birds and the bees.
Yeah. How does it compare to simple meditation, like where you're just sitting and focusing on your breath and nothing else? Because I know that yoga is a meditative practice, but how does it compare to just completely sitting still and focusing on breath compared to doing a practice where you're more in your body?
Well, I feel like meditation is a lot harder for me
Okay.
because I am quite restless usually and fidgety, And this German friend told me once that I have bees in my bum, which is very true. And she said it in German. There's a phrase for it. You have bees in your bum, but
That's it.
it's not. It's in German, but yeah, I find it really hard to sit still most of the time. So, yoga, as well as being a meditative practice and a lot breath focused. You're also moving and stretching, and it feels really good. And you have something physical to focus on, and it draws your attention in that way.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting or lying down and focusing on your breath, like there's just so much opportunity for your mind. There's no distraction for your mind to wander.
Yeah.
You can get really caught up and busy. And I really struggle to keep my attention on the breath. Something I'm trying to do, because I think it affects the rest of your life really, really helpfully and positively, and usefully. What was the question?
How does it compare to meditation? But I think you nailed it.
Yeah, it's harder.
Yeah.
Meditation is harder.
Meditation is more difficult for you.
Yeah, I think yoga is, I guess I really feel the benefits in my body.
Yeah.
Feel them from meditation too, because I feel like it gives you the focus and the lens with which to notice the discomfort in your body throughout the rest of your day. And then you're sort of like, oh, my posture's shit. And then you feel like I notice that more from meditating, really. Gives me that focus and awareness. But yeah, yoga is just really, really enjoyable because it's such a grounding physical process.
Since you started doing yoga, how have you noticed it affect other areas of your life?
I think I probably have more patience because of it. Even though I can be a fairly impatient person. I do a job that requires a lot of patience, so I feel like it sometimes helps me to like take a deep breath, but it also just makes me feel like every single day I've had some time with myself.
Yeah.
Like it's a little check-in. How flexible am I feeling today?
Yeah.
Like you could take it that literally, or, sort of more of a emotional and whole self check-in every day. I don't know, it just gives me routine and stability. If I'm doing some yoga every day, then I just feel like there's continuity in my life, I guess. Yeah.
Fantastic. I kind of have one more prepared question. What would you say to someone who's on the fence about giving it a go? Oh, wait, before that, do you prefer to do it alone or in a group? Like you mentioned going to a class before. Yeah, which do you prefer?
Alone.
Yeah?
Definitely alone.
Why?
Because then I can fart openly. The farts be coming out.
Is that the only reason?
It's the main reason.
The main?
No.
That's good though.
Look, like, there's a reason why I get up earlier than everyone else to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm filling the house with gas. I need to give it time to air out.
Yeah.
That is kind of one of the reasons, because you do fart a bit more when you do some yoga. Gets everything moving. But no, I think it's just like, well, for me, I really, really enjoy taking the time to go internally, and I can't help myself. Like, I love other people and I'm quite social. So as soon as any other person is in the room with me, my focus is outside of myself and on other people and interacting with them. I find it really hard to reach the same meditative focused state or even listen to my body as much when other people are around. So for me, yoga has been so far a solitary practice, and I really like that about it. Yeah.
I kind of feel the same. Though I've done it with friends and I like that as well, but yeah, there's something special about just doing it with the dog.
Yeah, Charlie doesn't say stuff when
No.
you're mid pose. Yeah.
He'll come over and scratch me every now and then, but that's about it.
Or like kind of come under you when you're in
Yeah,
downward
yeah.
dog, and then you're like, well, now I have to put my belly on the mat. So
Exactly.
you're in my way, bucko.
Let's go back to my real last question, which was, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about giving it a go? Because I don't think I would be doing it if I hadn't met you.
Oh,
And before I met
really?
you, maybe I would have stumbled upon it, but you suggested it one day, and I've done it ever since.
oh, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Thanks.
And before I started doing it, I've always been very inflexible, I think. Like I would have been able to touch my toes at some point, maybe in
Yeah.
primary school, but by the time we got to high school and we were doing fitness testing and seeing how far you can reach past your toes, I never could. And even just before I started doing yoga, like I could, from standing with flat feet and straight legs, I could just reach past my knees. And now, after a couple of years, and it didn't take that long to get to this point, but I can put both hands flat on the ground.
Awesome.
And I credit that to you. Obviously, I did the practicing, but I wouldn't have started it without you suggesting it. So what would you say to someone who's on the fence about giving it a go?
Ah, thank you. What an honor to be part of your yoga journey. That's really lovely. Well, it doesn't take much, I would say. A little bit goes a really long way. And one of my favorite yogis on YouTube always says, you know, when you start the video, she says, you've done the hardest part, you've shown up.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that's true about so many things in life, like starting an assignment, starting a new practice, any new practice, you know, learning a new skill, showing up for anything, going out to see your friends sometimes. You just showing up is the hardest part of it. That's like the hurdle you have to get over. You roll out the mat and you put your comfy clothes on and you sit down on your mat or you stand up, just arrive there. And that's it. That's the hardest part done. You know, and then just Google or YouTube yoga with Adriene. She's amazing. There's so many amazing. Charlie follows as well, one of my favorites. You know, search up one of them and hit play on a 20-minute video or a 10-minute video and just show up. Show up on your mat. That's the most important thing, or the ground or your towel, whatever. And give yourself the chance. You might not continue, but you might well continue after you sort of realize how easy it is to sort of fall into it.
Yeah.
You know, give yourself a chance, give yourself a shot. Yeah, just one little step makes a really, really big difference. I'm just saying.
Maybe one day you'll be able to put both hands flat on the ground after not being able to reach past your knees.
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll just...
Maybe you'll enjoy yourself.
You just love it, yeah. You might find it so fun. Or it might lead you to something else, like... Yeah.
Well, you know, and you might sort of discover the magic of just that first moment when you're doing one pose. Like part of the magic of yoga is the act of doing it. So I think, you know, just show up. Even if you don't want to, give it a go. I would say you might be really, really surprised by how quickly you love it.
Yeah. I second that. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I'd love to have you back again at some point.
I'd love to be back.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Tune in next week to find out my favorite yoga pose.
Oh, little cliffhanger. Leave them hanging, eh?
For now,
You have me dangling off the edge by one finger.
yes.
This finger, it's the pinky finger.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. See ya.
Before we go, make sure you follow Nagomi on all the things. It'll be very obvious to find her. And look up the songs that she mentioned before, which will also be very obvious to find. And like and subscribe and blah, 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 all the things. Goodbye for real now.
The Fledge Show. Woohoo! Yay!
Vicious. This is vicious. This is vicious. This is vicious. This is junction.
Junction.
That's Katie in that
What do you sell?
before the drop. Yeah. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
La 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 la. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. La 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 la.